brand new gloves that just barely came out from Plusinno. Number one thing about these that I like is that they're sun protectant, UV 50 plus, so from sunrise to sunset, you are not gonna get fried. That's the number one thing about these gloves. The other thing that's really important about them is that they have some reinforced grip, and your chafing points, which are right here, are completely covered. So if you've been on a lake with oars for hours and hours on end, inevitably you are going to get chafing on your thumbs and your index fingers. So Plusinno has got this thing covered from top to bottom. What an outstanding product. I love this. And to be honest with you, I like the simple things, and that's the fact that these gloves go all the way to your fingertips. They actually exceed the joints, and a lot of fishing gloves don't. So you still get your fingertips exposed, because if you're tying a lot of meticulous knots, you obviously need that grip with your fingertips, but you're not gonna be fully covered, especially for trout fishermen. They're very fragile, and especially in the summertime, you don't wanna harm their coats. I'm a personal believer that these gloves are gonna be able to handle fish just fine without really ruining the integrity of their slime coat or their protective scales, things like that. You wanna be really careful with fish, and I was handling trout all day without really being harmful or abrasive on them. In fact, these are probably a little bit better than just my bare hands, because they're slipping all over the place. They hit rocks, dirt, my kayak, things like that, where I can kind of have a solid grip on them without really being too abrasive. I've actually found that a lot of the fish are probably in better hands, quite literally, with these gloves as well. So Plusinno's thought about every angle here. I also have really large hands. If you know, I wear double XL motorcycle gloves or mechanics gloves, and these are great. They're not compressed to me tightly. I still have bendability, maneuverability, things like that. And they're completely breathable. So if you're fishing Texas or somewhere in the middle of the heat, July, you're not gonna be dying, and your fingers aren't gonna be super sweaty underneath these gloves. So the other thing is you can submerge them too, and they're quick drying as well. So what an outstanding glove. These things are great. Big fan of them.